Hello, welcome to the continuation of our product description. So today we are going to look at this. How do you describe your computer? Or how can we describe the computers we use? So for us to do that, we have to look at some of the words we use our vocabulary. First of all, we have to look at the make. So whenever we want to buy a computer, generally we look at the make. What are the names of the companies that make the computers? Examples are Mac from Apple, we have the Dell computer, we have the HP, we have Lenovo, we have Acer. So these are some of the makes, famous makes in the market. We have other ones. We can also look at the type of the computer we want to buy. Is it a desktop computer? Is it a notebook? Notebook is also called a laptop. So it can be a type of desktop or notebook computer. We can also describe a computer looking at the screen. Is the screen a flat one or a curved, just like the computer? Like just like the television set we saw the other day. Is it a flat screen or is it a curved one, just like this? So here we have, this is the desktop computer and this is the notebook or the laptop computer. So we can also describe a computer we have or we want to buy by talking about the screen of it, the size of the screen, just as we do with the TV sets. Is it a 12-inch screen, 14 inches, 15 inches, 17 inches, 19 inches, or 21 inches? So here we use inches, which is the imperial measure. Here, if you want to transform to centimeters, you just multiply any of these ones by 2.5 centimeters and then you get the numbers in centimeters. Multiply by 2.5 because 1 inch is the same thing as 2.5 centimeters. We can also describe the computer we want to buy or the one we have already got by the storage, by the type of storage it has. So we have a type of storage we call hard drive or HD. H comes from hard, D comes from drive. So we can say hard drive, we can say solid state drive SSD, or a storage can also be done in the cloud. Okay, so today we have some companies providing uh, storage in the cloud. For example, Amazon Cloud, you have Google Cloud, Google Drive, we have IBM, Microsoft, etc. So a computer storage can be done with a hard drive that is in our computer. It can be done with a solid state drive or SSD. SSD is a kind of a new technology which is very small and the computer is faster. Now we can also describe the storage capacity of the computer by saying that the capacity is 1 terabyte, 500 gigabytes, or 250 gigabytes of storage. So these ones are the storage in the normal computers. But when it comes to cloud can be any capacity you want to buy. It's available. You can buy 1 terabyte, 2, 5, 10, 20, 100 terabytes you buy. But for normal computers we use at home, which uses a hard drive or SSD, generally we have until 1 terabyte or maybe up to 5 terabytes, but it's not so big like the cloud. The cloud has a lot of capacity. We can also describe computers by talking about the memory capacity, the capacity of the memory it uses. So we have 16 gigabytes memory, we have the 8 gigabytes, we have 4, and we have 2. So the higher the gigabyte, the capacity, the better or the faster the computer goes or moves. So if you have a computer of 2 gigabytes, it's going to be very, very slow. 4 gigabytes, well, it's going to be slow, but it's better than 2. If you have 8, it's going to be faster, and the 16 much faster. We can also describe the computer we use by the speed of the processor. What is the speed of processing information? So we measure that in gigahertz. For example, 6 gigahertz, we have 4 gigahertz, we have 2. The same thing, the higher the speed, which means that we can process information so fast. Okay. And now another thing we need when we talk about the computer, although it's not a part of the computer, but we always use it to stabilize the voltage or the current, is the stabilizer. It's always very good to have it so that the current or the voltage you're using will not be oscillating a lot. So it is necessary to have a stabilizer. So here are the words we use whenever we are describing the computer we have already bought or we are going to buy. We need to know the make, the type, is it a desktop or notebook? We always want to talk about the screen, is it a flat or curved? What about the size of the screen? Is it a 12 inches or is it 21 inches? Below 12 inches is no more, it says what we call the netbook. It's no more a notebook. Anything below, for example, 10 inches is going to be a netbook. It's also a kind of, but it's lower than notebook. Okay. So we also talk about the storage. What the type of storage does it have? Is it a hard drive, solid state drive, SSD, or are you going to store everything you want in the cloud? And then what is this capacity of the storage? Is it a 1 terabyte, 500 gigabytes, 750 gigabytes, until 350 gigabytes? What about the memory capacity? Is it a 16 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, 4 gigabytes, or 2 gigabytes? And what about the processor, the speed of the processor? Is it a 6 gigahertz? Is it 4 or is it 2? So these are the words we use to describe computers. Here is the desktop and here is the notebook, or what we call the laptop. Now it's over to you. Now, can you use the words you learn now to describe, please not describe your car, can you use to describe your computer, not your car, please. This time you describe the computer you have in your house or the one you bought recently or you are going to buy, maybe for you or for your family or for your children in school. Can you now describe them with the confidence using the words we have here? You can't tell someone that you bought a computer, you say the make and the type, and then you tell them, no, the screen is a flat screen or curved, and the size is this, 15 or 21 inches, and then it has a hard drive or SSD, or you are going to use the cloud. And the storage capacity is 1 terabyte or 500 gigabytes or 250 gigabytes. Talk about the memory and talk about the processor. So these are the things that qualify the computer. Computer works depending on these, the memory and the processor. They are the things that move the computer. Then you have the make, which is the name of the company that manufactures that. Okay, so these are the things we use to describe a computer as a product. Remember, in this series we have been describing, showing how to do product description or how to describe products. The first one was the cars, the second one was television set, and now the computer. So I hope you're enjoying it. If you have any questions or any doubts, you can just write on the comment section and then I'll get in contact with you. See you in our next class.